Avoid the Christmas debt trap. Christmas has become one of the most financially demanding periods of the year. Rising living costs, increased pressure to buy gifts, higher food prices, and the cultural expectation to make it special often combine to push household budgets beyond their limits. And while the holiday season lasts only a few weeks, the financial impact can linger for months afterward. Welcome back to Investing Insight, where we focus on strategic wealth and timeless growth. Today we take a realistic look at how households can navigate Christmas on a tight budget without going into debt, without overspending, and without feeling pressured into choices they cannot afford. This is not a sentimental discussion. It is a practical analysis of how real people can manage a high-cost season responsibly and still enjoy it. The first issue we need to address is the way most people plan Christmas. Many households begin by thinking about what they want Christmas to look like: the gifts, the food, the events, the outings, and the travel. Only after that do they consider how much they can actually afford. At that stage, the emotional decisions have already been made, which makes it much harder to stay within budget. A more financially stable approach works in the opposite direction. Begin by looking at your December finances exactly as they are. Rent or mortgage, utilities, food, transportation, insurance, and any essential payments must come first. These are the pillars of your monthly stability. Christmas spending cannot compromise them. Once those obligations are covered, whatever remains is the true Christmas budget. Not an estimate, not an aspiration, the real number that can be spent without entering a debt cycle. This approach immediately prevents the most common mistake: assuming there is more money available than there actually is. To make this more concrete, consider a realistic example. A single parent with a modest income finishes their December essentials and sees that they have only a small amount left for the entire holiday period. On paper, it may not look like much. But with the right structure, even a modest amount can support a meaningful Christmas. In this case, the parent focuses on one practical second-hand gift, borrowed library books about Christmas, a baking day at home, a few low-cost activities, and a clear routine. There is no credit card use. No financial fallout in January. And yet the child still experiences a festive season. This approach works because the spending is guided by affordability, not pressure. Let's move to gift spending, which is the biggest pressure point for most households. Gift expectations are often shaped by tradition rather than financial capacity. Many people feel obliged to buy gifts for extended family members, colleagues, friends, teachers, and neighbors. Yet when budgets are tight, this approach simply isn't feasible. Households that manage Christmas effectively start by reassessing the list itself. Instead of trying to buy for everyone, they reduce the scope. Children take priority. Adult gifting becomes optional or structured with strict limits. Families choose practical gifts instead of multiple novelty items. This shift alone can reduce holiday spending dramatically. Second-hand markets now play a crucial role in budget-friendly Christmas planning. Many households quietly purchase toys, books, puzzles, winter clothes, and even electronics from second-hand platforms. These items are often in excellent condition because children outgrow them quickly. The cost difference is significant. And from the child's perspective, the experience is identical: the item works, it's enjoyable, and it feels new to them. Another example illustrates how effective this can be. A family with 2 children typically spends far more than they intend every December, particularly on gifts for extended relatives. After reviewing their budget, they decide to eliminate adult gift exchanges for the year and give each child one meaningful gift instead of several smaller ones. They reuse decorations, plan meals carefully, and ask each guest to contribute something to holiday gatherings. Their overall Christmas spending drops by more than half without reducing the quality of the holiday. Food is the next significant cost driver. Grocery prices rise near the holidays, and premium seasonal items can quickly inflate the budget. A practical solution is to decide in advance what meals will be prepared and to avoid shopping without a plan. Cost-effective ingredients, seasonal vegetables, grains, soups, casseroles, and slow-cooked dishes can feed large groups at a fraction of the price of convenience foods and pre-packaged items. Families also reduce costs by sharing hosting responsibilities. Instead of one household paying for everything, each guest contributes one dish. This not only reduces the financial burden but ensures a balanced meal without unnecessary excess. The result is a lower overall cost with no reduction in enjoyment. Energy consumption quietly increases in December as well. More time spent indoors, longer evenings, and holiday cooking all contribute to higher utility bills. Budget-conscious households take simple steps, limiting decorative lighting to a few hours a day, using LED lights, consolidating oven use, and relying more on slow cookers or stovetop meals. These adjustments may seem minor, but they can significantly reduce costs during a month when every financial edge matters. Travel is another factor that can overwhelm a December budget. Transport costs vary by region, but travel generally increases during the holidays. Families who manage expenses well often consolidate travel into one visit instead of multiple trips. Some alternate travel years between relatives. Others decide that staying local, particularly during expensive peak dates, is the more responsible financial decision. This doesn't reduce the quality of connection, especially when scheduled video calls or virtual gatherings replace in-person visits. Credit card behavior remains one of the most important financial considerations during the holidays. Credit card companies rely heavily on December spending. High interest rates and minimum payments create a situation where even modest holiday charges can take months to pay off. Households committed to financial stability adopt one clear rule: if the money is not already saved, the purchase does not go on a credit card. Cards can be used for convenience or rewards only when the balance will be fully paid in the next cycle. Another effective method is slowing down every purchase. Holiday promotions are designed to trigger immediate action. Countdown timers, limited stock warnings, and bright seasonal displays encourage impulse buying. By delaying purchases, even by one day, emotional reactions are replaced by rational decisions. Many households report that a large portion of items originally placed in online carts are quietly removed the next day. Let's look at a student example to demonstrate this. A university student living on a limited budget typically cannot fund traditional gifting. Instead of borrowing money, they choose cost-neutral alternatives: baking inexpensive holiday treats, writing personalized notes, creating digital photo cards, and attending free community events. Their total Christmas spending stays almost at zero, yet they maintain social participation without financial strain. Households with extremely limited budgets often rely more on structure than spending. Rather than focusing on gifts or costly outings, they build holiday routines. Reading borrowed Christmas books in the evenings. Watching classic films. Making simple crafts with low-cost materials. Taking walks to see community lights. Children respond more to the repetition of these activities than the price associated with them. Another realistic scenario involves an elderly couple on fixed income. They often feel pressure to spend on grandchildren, even if their budget doesn't allow it. A financially healthy alternative is to set strict, low-cost limits or to provide practical items children will actually use. A book, a warm accessory, or a small activity can be more meaningful and far more sustainable than overspending to meet perceived expectations. Decorations are another area where people overspend without realizing it. Households that stay within budget typically reuse decorations year after year, repair items instead of buying new ones, or borrow from relatives. Decorations made from paper, fabric offcuts, or natural materials can deliver the same holiday atmosphere for almost no cost. One of the most effective long-term strategies is building a dedicated Christmas savings fund. This doesn't require large contributions. Even small monthly transfers accumulate over time and dramatically reduce the need for December credit card use. Households that adopt this method experience lower stress and better financial stability heading into the new year. Another approach is the early cut-off. Budget-conscious families decide a firm date when Christmas spending stops. This prevents the last-minute purchases that tend to create the biggest financial impact. When spending ends early, the holiday becomes less about consumption and more about the events, routines, and shared time that remain. Extended families often face large costs due to the size of the group. A practical example is a family with more than a dozen participants. Instead of each adult buying for each adult, they agree on a single draw system where every adult buys only one gift. This reduces costs significantly while maintaining the tradition of gift exchange in a more sustainable form. Across all these examples, one principle remains clear. Christmas becomes manageable when it is approached like any other financial planning challenge. Assess what you can afford. Prioritize essentials. Use substitution strategies. Eliminate high-interest borrowing. Replace high-cost traditions with low-cost routines when necessary. And remember that overspending in December can undermine your financial stability for months afterward. If this content helps you view Christmas spending more strategically, it will help many others as well. Like this video so the algorithm recognizes its value, and subscribe to Investing Insight for more clear, practical guidance on managing money and building long-term financial strength. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.